This is a notes on section 3.2, slope-intercept form. During Unit 3, we will be studying lines. All lines have a slope and a y-intercept. We've learned already in this unit about slope. Slope is the steepness of a line. And we can find slope using the formula rise over run. As a reminder, if you pick 2 points on the line and connect them with a triangle, you can count the rise over run. So in this case, the rise is 3 and the run is 2. So if we fill into our slope formula, our slope will be 3 over 2. The second thing that every line has is a y-intercept. A y-intercept is where a line touches the y-axis. So to find the y-intercept, we look along the y-axis. You can trace down to kind of see where does it touch at, and if I look on this one, we can see it touches at -3. So for this line, the starting point, or the y-intercept, is -3. So the y-intercept is the starting point of a line. All right, so take a second to pause the video and find the y-intercept for A, B, and C. When you're done, find the slope using the rise over run. Then unpause and see if you got them correct. For the first equation, or line, the y-intercept is at -3. In the second equation, we can see the y-intercept is at +16. And in the third equation, we can see it touches the y-axis at 180. So again, to find the y-intercept, we look where on the y-axis does the line touch. So that's why this one touches right at -3. If there's just a vertical line like this, again, the y-axis is going to be right where it touches. Okay, as you found the slope, hopefully you found on this line, the slope was moving up 2 for the rise and over 1 for the run. So the slope was 2. For line B, if you count the slope, it goes down 2 boxes and over 2 boxes, but the boxes aren't going by 1. So from 8 to 4, we went down 4. From 4 to 6, we went over 2. So for B, the slope was -4 over 2, or -2. And finally, for line C, if we pick 2 points, you might notice this time it goes down 3 boxes and over 2 boxes. But again, the boxes aren't going by 1. So if we do 120 minus 60, well, we can see that this went down 60. Across the bottom, it goes up by 2. So our rise, how much we went up and down, our rise is -60 over our run of 2. If you put that on your calculator, you'll see -60 divided by 2 gives a final answer of -3. Just like all people have names, like my name is Austin Bohm, lines have names too. And we always name lines using this form. Y equals mx plus b. The letter m, or the number in front of the x, is always the slope. And the b, or the number by itself, is always the y-intercept. So, if we take a look back at example A, you'll notice the y-intercept was -3, and the slope was 2. So to write the equation of this line, we would write y equals 2x minus 3. Again, the number for the slope goes in front of the x. The number for the y-intercept goes after the x. So that's why it was 2x minus 3. For example B, if the y-intercept is 16 and the slope is negative 2, would give us the equation y equals negative 2x, because again, the slope number in front of the x is negative 2, plus 16. Take a second to pause and try on your own to write the slope-intercept form for line C. Hopefully you wrote y equals negative 3x plus 180. Again, the number in front of the x is our slope, and the number by itself is our y-intercept. Okay, so from there you should feel good to practice. You can turn to the next page, page 5, 6, 7, 8, and practice numbers 1 through 10 in the scavenger hunt.